Welcome. As I said previously, we're going to go through the basics of macOS. As in this tutorial, we'll go slowly one by one through the basic of how to use macOS and the different options available within the macOS operating system. In this instance, we are using macOS Catalina. If you want to know the version of macOS that you have, all you have to do is click on the Apple menu or the Apple logo all the way up on the left hand corner and then select about this Mac. Once you select these options, what you can see straight away is in the overview tab, it will tell you what operating system do you have, what Mac OS version are you currently running on your Mac. In my example, I'm running Mac OS Catalina and version is 10.15.2. So even though this course is based on Mac OS foundations, the version we're running is 10.15. So Mac OS, which is the main core, which is the main application for any, for Mac OS, just the version is different, alright? So this is the latest version. So if you are new to Mac OS Catalina, as said in my intro, this is a good start. If you are coming from Windows, this will be a good video tutorial for you to learn from. So let's start in exploring what is in the menu itself. Okay, so I'm going to minimize my presentation and we're going to start straight away. And I'm going to quit as all my keynote. So we'll start straight away with the menu bar. The menu bar runs along the top of the screen of any Mac, of my Mac. At the moment I'm recording, you can't see anything, but usually what will happen is, as you can see on the left hand corner, you go the Apple menu or the Apple logo. If you click on it, you got different options in there. So you go a drop down menu. The first one is about this Mac. It tells you what is your Mac. I mean the software. You got the display. It tells you what display is connected. I've got a laptop, but at the moment I've got an LG Ultrafine display connected to it. And the next type is storage. It's going to tell you how much storage you have, your internal hard drive, which is I've got a microSD HD, which is an SSD. So it's a flash drive which is 500 gig. At the moment I'm only using 1079 and 1011. So altogether I've got a 467.47 gigabyte of free space. The next tab is the support, how to get support, macOS support, user manual, how to get help. And this is different specification of these regulatory certifications and services, what services that is included in AppleCare. AppleCare is what do you call it? When you buy any Mac product, usually they come with AppleCare. It is extra money you can buy it. It gives you extra support on the hardware of your Mac as well. And when it comes to repair, it will get cheaper for you if you go on AppleCare subscriptions. Okay, so this is this is part of the menu bar. If I can close now, if I go all the way down to the right hand corner, I can see in here the first icon I can see is the screen-o-matic, is the screen software that I'm using to record this video tutorial. Next icon that I can see in here is my Adobe Cloud Creative, and the next icon is Time Machine. So if I continue all the way down to the right, what we call this part the Wi-Fi, the battery, the time. This section we call the status bar. Status bar, it means gives you an indication of what is on your system. If you got the Wi-Fi, I can turn it on or turn it off. I've got the volume. You can increase, decrease or decrease it. I've got my battery at the moment, on battery because my power is not connected to my laptop, and this is the date and time. And then what you have is the spotlight, which is represented by this magnifier, and then you go, the notification as well. At the moment, my Siri is not showing up because I've turned off Siri, but we can turn it on later on. So this is the menu bar. As you can see, when I change to Finder, Finder is an application which is part of, of the Mac OS. The menu bar changes, is contextual, yeah? So if I, for example, open Safari, now the menu bar has changed. depending on the main application that is running on the screen. So if I go from Safari, File, Edit, View, History, Bookmark, this is what we call the apps menus, because the apps which is opening at the moment in Safari is the app menu as well. So that's how you know. So this is the app menus. Usually the file and edit is part of most applications. You will always have file and edit, but the view, history, bookmark, Windows, this is the apps menu for this particular app, which is the Safari app. And within this menu, you can do different things. Of either I can go and open a new window, I can open a new tab, I can open file, I can share, I can import, bookmarks. So every menu has different options. Edit, what gives you edits, you can select different things. You can find or do a search. View, you can change how you view things. You can show the favorite. You can show your tab bar. History gives you an history, of what you've been browsing on your browser itself. Bookmark show you the website that you have bookmarked, and Windows, you can minimize it, you can zoom it, and help. You can get some help. So this is just, if I close now, Safari, and I will open another application to just give you some idea. Let's open Contact. As you can see now, the menu bar for Contact has changed. As I said, the menu bar changes according to the main application running on the screen. At the moment, I only go, the Contacts app. That's why the menu bar is contextual. We got Contacts, we got different options. You got Preferences, you got Accounts, where you can add accounts in here if you want to add an either iCloud account, an email for Exchange, or Gmail account, Yahoo. Okay. So as I said, file and edit, again, as I said previously, file and edit is part of every application. So the rest is based on the application that you go view, and then you go card again. So hopefully this helped. And I'll quit this application as well. So that's the menu bar. Your menu bar will run from left up to all the way down to the right hand corner, and that's your menu bar. You will have different options presented to you. I'll go back to our keynote at the moment, so I can follow up and open what we're supposed to go through it. And next we're going to move to Spotlight. I'm just going to minimize my Spotlight. As I said, is all the way down. If you can follow my mouse, as you can see on the right hand corner, all the way up next to the notification, you got the Spotlight. I can click in here to open a Spotlight. Otherwise, what you can do, you can press the space bar on your keyboard or on your touch bar. That will open as well the Spotlight. So I'll click on it, and in the Spotlight we can search things, we can ask things, so it depends what you want to do with it. We can do a search based on your Mac, or you can do a search which can cover the internet as well, and what's the weather today, or do the Spotlight on on the stock market. You can do a Spotlight on different countries. So it depends what you want to do. I can do a search for Iceland. Let's see, Iceland. So if I can select Iceland, as you can see, I can get the country itself. As you can see, this information is not based on my Mac. So when I do this Spotlight search, it went and checked everywhere. So it went to the internet and get that information from. So I can change this to anything else. I can search for a file on my Mac. I can do a search for recording. Let's see if I can find anything. As you can see, I've got a recording folder in my Mac. I can do another search with Spotlight. I can search for songs. Let's do songs. As you can see, we got a few songs coming up. And that's how you use Spotlight. You can specify Spotlight to do a search specifically on your Mac, or you can do Spotlight search as well on the internet. As you can do, we can do so much with Spotlight. And if you want to change a Spotlight that you don't want to do, when you're doing a search, you want just a Spotlight to concentrate on your Mac, you can change the preferences for the Spotlight. If you go into the Apple menu and then go into the System Preferences, from there on, what you can do, you can click on the Spotlight icon, in this category. And then in here we can click on search result, and if you can scroll down a bit until we find where it says allow spotlight suggestion. Okay, allow spotlight suggestion. As you can see here, we got spotlight suggestions. We can untick it, and this will not suggest. If we take this one off, then when you do the spotlight search, just gonna go within your Mac. You won't go outside on the internet to do a search. So I'm gonna enable it back again. So that's one option, is okay, to turn off that spotlight suggestions. If you don't wanna, just unselect that. If you want to turn off as well location services for a spotlight as well, what we can do is I'll just close this, and then I'll go back to the Apple menu as well. We go into system preferences again. This time what we need to do, we're going to go into security and privacy. Okay, then we're going to click on the privacy itself, which is highlighted at the moment. In here what we can do is, first you need to unlock your Mac. So we'll click on the lock icon at the bottom here. I'm going to put my password. I'm going to unlock. Let me type in my password, and then we're going to unlock. So now my account is unlocked. All I can do is now, if I go and look for the location services on the sidebar, location services, which is this one, in here, as you can see, what I need to do, go into the system services here and click details. Okay, then from here what we can do, we can unselect the location based suggestion. So that's how we can turn off as well. Okay, you can turn off the time zone, you can turn on Find My Mac, which I would not recommend it. Okay, so this is one way to customize your location services within the Spotlight as well. Okay, hope this helped, and let's move on. So this is the Spotlight. We did the search for it, and then we did a few examples on the Spotlights, and hope that helps. Now I'm going to move on along. I'm going to go into Siri next, as in my presentations. Alright, we're going to do Siri, and then we'll try to use Siri. As you can see in the menu bar all the way down to the right, I don't have Siri showing up, so I need to turn Siri on, and because I turned it off. So what I need to do is, to be able to turn it on, we'll have to go to the Apple menu, or the Apple logo at the top of the Apple icon. I'll go into System Preferences, and again in here I'll select Siri, and this time what I need to do is to enable Siri. Okay, I've enabled it. Yeah, enable Siri, and now I should be able to see Siri. Alright, so what I can do now, I can do make Siri learn itself my okay, what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna set up Siri. So set up Siri. Okay, so I'm gonna record few things on Siri, so we can say, and then Siri will understand my voice. Okay, hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri, open the document folder. Hey Siri, show my downloads. Hey Siri, what's the weather? Hey Siri, what does the rest of my day look like? As you can see now, I've registered Siri, and then I've recorded Siri as well. And now Siri, I can use it, to be able, to get Siri to look for things that I want to search on my laptop or on the internet itself. All right, so let's try and do a few examples on Siri and see. Siri, what's the weather like in Melbourne today? Hey Siri, what's the weather in Melbourne? As you can see, I've asked Siri to check the weather in Melbourne. As you can see on my screen, we got the weather. Okay, let me close and check something else. Siri, uh, who's winning the NBA today? Okay, I'll have to close and then do a new. Siri, who's the popular NBA player this year? Hey Siri, who's the best player in NBA? As you can see, guys, I did a search through voice command through Siri, and I've asked who's the best player in the NBA, and she comes up with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, so this is it's not up to date list, but at least you can understand, that you can do search through Siri by using your voice. Okay, I hope this helped, and then we'll continue with our tutorial. So we'll move on. Okay, so let's close Siri now, and then I'll go back into system preferences, and then that's how we use Siri. Okay, so uh, let's move on. I'm going to move on to notification now. So the notification center, you'll find it all the way up to the right hand corner. After Siri, you go to the notification center in there, and usually, it's usually at the right end of the menu bar. You go to the notification center, and you can click to view any details, like if you have any appointment for the day, if you got any other notification that you have missed, usually will show up. But I don't have any calendars entries for today or next week. I'm just going to open it to show you. As you can see, we got the date. My calendar is empty, so I don't have anything in here. And this is usually filled up if you've got calendar entries, or if you got appointment coming up. It will show up in here on the notification center itself. So you can customize the notification and then use it the way you want to use it. Is up to every user, is different, so depends what you want to do with your notifications, but you can always change if you want to change. Okay, in here within as you can see, notification, we go to today view, and then we can change the notifications. As you can see, I've got 4 days ago I had the Creative Cloud downloaded and installed on my Mac, on my MacBook Pro, and today I don't have anything. So it's just these two different tabs. You can play with it, you can change. If you have any calendar entries, it will show up in here as well. And if you want to customize it more, your notification, what you can do, if you can scroll down all the way down to the bottom, there's this gear icon at the bottom. As you can see, if I click on that, then I will get this options, which is the part of the notification center. I can have do not turn on and off. You can customize it. Turn do not disturb. You can put like either from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. or when the display is sleeping. So you can do so much thing in here. So it's up to you how you want to use it. That it is where to go to for your notifications. To fix things. Allow notification from different applications. In this instance, I've got Adobe Acrobat. If you don't want to get a notification, you can turn it on. If you want to get a notification, then you can turn on as well. Turn on, turn off. So if books, you don't want to get any notification, you can do the same thing. So I'm going to leave it on. So calendar as well, the same thing. Turn on, turn off. I hope this helps. So we'll move. Okay, let's continue. We have covered notification center. Now we're going to move on to desktop. Let me minimize it, my PowerPoint. As you can see now at the top, we got the menu bar. At the moment, we have the keynote, which is running in the background. That's why we can see in the menu bar, the keynote menu bar, or the keynote apps menu. And at the bottom, we got the dock. And in between, that's what we call the Mac desktop, is in between the menu bar on the top, and at the bottom, you got the dock, and in between the two, what we call is the desktop. Okay, so in between where that's the desktop where you can do most of the stuff. I can, open applications. They will appear in the desktop on the screen here. For example, this is, Keynote running on my desktop. As you can see, it's between the menu bar and the dock, so it's in the middle. Okay, so whenever you run something, it's gonna come up on your desktop. So at the moment, I've got only the Keynote, which is the main application running. So that's why the menu bar reflects as well the Keynote menu app. So if we can minimize this one and I open Safari, as you can see, the menu bar has changed, and now we go Safari app menu showing up at the top because it's contextual, as I said previously. So this is your desktop. You can work on it. You can change the appearance of the desktop as well if you want. All you need to go is to go to the Apple menu again and click on the Apple icon itself. Let's do that. Then we go into System Preferences, and here we got an option for the desktop. Okay, so we got desktop here and the screensavers. So I can change the feel and look at the moment of what I've got. For the background, I've got Catalina. I can change, to different background. I can change the color as well. I can make it yellow. I can make it green. I can make it red. If I've got photo, I can change this to be my background. If you got different folders, you can select as well. So this is how you can customize it. So this is your desktop, and this is how you can customize it. If you go to screensavers at the moment, I just go like, the basics one. You can change the screensavers to be anything that you want, arabesque, and then you can change the time in the screensaver can start after 20 minutes, after 10 minutes, after 1 minute, or never. So it depends, You can show the clock as well, or you can use random screensavers, so everything will run randomly. Whatever you have in here, they will run, randomly. If you select this option, use random screensavers. Okay. And this is how you can customize, your desktop. And at the moment, we got the System Preferences, which is taking center stage of my desktop. That's why the menu bar has changed as well to be the System Preferences. So if I could close this one, still I've got the System Preferences running now. My menu bar, go back to the main application with the screencast, which I'm using to record this video. Okay, I hope this helped as well, and we can move on now as well to our next bullet point in the presentations in this tutorial. All right, let's do it again. Let's see what we have next. Let me open my Keynote presentations. And next we go the dock, which is, as I said, the dock is at the bottom of the screen. You got the dock, and then you can customize the dock as well. You got all the different apps showing up on the dock itself. You can remove apps, you can add apps, you can make it the way you want to have the dock as well. You can, if I wanna, add something else in here, what I can do is, I can move the place of mail to somewhere else. All I need to do is as you can see, I'm holding down the mouse and I'm select the application. Now I can move mail to here. If I want to move the Maps app, I can hold it down. I click on my mouse and then let me do it, and then just move it. Let me put it in here. All right. What we can do as well, we can right click on anything as well to remove it. So let's do that. You can right click and then you can have an option, remove from the dock, and then it will disappear. And then you can add it again, show in the folder or in Find itself. Okay. Again, same thing, options. You can remove from the dock and then you can add it back again. It's not that hard. Okay. So that's your dock at the bottom of the screen, and you can customize it the way you want to do it. It's simple. If you want to customize fully, all you can do, you can go to the Apple menu by clicking on the Apple icon all the way up, and then we select System Preferences. I've got an icon for the dock in here. If we go to the dock, then we'll be able to customize it. Go dock, and here you can, change the size of the icons. At the moment, it's in between. I can make it smaller. As you can see, my dock is changing the size of my dock. And can make it large if I want to make it large as well. I'll leave it to medium size. And the magnifications at the moment is to max. I can change that as well if I want to, but I'll leave it to max. So it's at the bottom at the moment. I can move it to the right. As you can see now, my dock shows on the right hand corner, and I can move it to the left. As you can see now, it's moved to the left, and I can put it back at the bottom. I prefer to have at the bottom of the desktop, my dock. So this is how you can, change and then play around with it. And you go, there's some other options. There's show indicator for open applications, show recent applications. This is how you can customize your dock. If you want to play with it, you can explore more when you have time, but that's how to use it. Okay, so we'll continue with our presentations, and this time we're going to go to Finder. Let me close the dock. So let's continue. We go Finder, and I'm going to minimize it. Okay, Finder is usually the home base for your Mac. The Finder icons look like, a blue smiling face, as you can see at the bottom of the dock. This is Finder. It looks like a blue smiling face. If I can click on the icon itself, the dock windows, the Finder windows will open itself. And within Finder on the left hand side, you got different options presented to yourself. You got the application folder, you got the desktop folder, you got the document, download, and any other application, Creative Cloud that I have, airdrops. I've got my MacBook showing up in here. I've got the network, and I've got different tags in here as well. So what you can do, you can, we got different options as well in here. We got the list view, you got the category, the column views. You can change a few things, and if I go to document, I can change the way you want to see it. I've select this one now. It shows differently. So I'll go back again and change it. The sidebar, usually, it helps you. As you can see, this is the sidebar. You can, see where you are. Whenever you are into a different category, it shows, and then it shows what is available in that category as well. So you can ask Siri as well if you want to look for documents. Let me try to say Siri to open my document. Siri, open my document folder, please. Hey Siri, open my document folder. Hey Siri, open my document folder. Hey Siri, open documents folder. Hey Siri, open documents folder. Great, guys, you can see I've used Siri, and then I've asked Siri to open my document folder. After the second attempt, at least Siri opened automatically, my document folder. Okay, so there's so many things you can do with Siri as well. This is the Finder at the moment, and we are in the document folder itself. So you can again, on the menu bar now, we got the Finder open. The menu is contextual, so file and edit, which is part of most of the application, you'll have it. And then view is there, and then go. If you click on go, you got different options. I can go directly to the document folder. I can go to download. I will go back again. I can go to my computer. This will show you the hard drive and network. Go is really interesting, and command that you can use as well. So I can go directly to applications. So this is Finder. You can explore it, you can play with it, and hopefully you learn something from this as well. So we'll move on and see what else we're gonna do as well. And okay, let me close Finder, and then we'll move on to the presentations. And then now we go how to connect to the internet. This will be a simple one. Once you're on your Mac, the internet icon will show up in here. As you can see now on my Wi-Fi, the reason I can see the Wi-Fi icon because I've turned on the Wi-Fi, the network icon, the network preferences. One way to turn it on is to go to the Apple menu by clicking on the Apple icon, go into System Preferences, and in here if I go into Network, where are we? Network. As you can see, I see Show Wi-Fi Status. If I untick that, now it disappeared from the menu bar. I don't have it. If I select again, I can see the status of my Wi-Fi. So if you want to connect to the internet, what you need to do is either if you're connecting through the Wi-Fi, then once you're in here, as you can see in Network Preferences, we open it. This is my network, Wi-Fi name. For you, you will click on this icon, and then you will have a list of Wi-Fi listed in here. Then you can select yours. Usually it's got an icon. If it's got an icon, it means it's got a password. So you will have to click on it and put in the password for it. And if you're connected through a LAN Ethernet cable, then you will connect it directly to your Mac or iMac or Mac Mini, and then it will show in here as well. At the moment, my connection to the internet is Wi-Fi. This is how you can connect it. You can turn it off as well from here by saying turn off, as you can see, or turn on. Okay, so I'll leave it on. If you want to add something else, if you want to remove this Wi-Fi, you can click on this minus sign, and then you can remove this file, and then you can reorganize as well, the what you call the order of your Wi-Fi connection or your Ethernet connection. You can reorganize it by clicking on this gear icon, and then you can see set service order, and then I can move it around up and down. I want my Wi-Fi to be the first one, so I'll leave it as it is. That's how you can reorganize this all by clicking the gear icon and select set service order and manage it. Okay, hope this helps. When you're happy with that, then you can from here as well, if you want to configure them all, what you can do advanced, and then the Wi-Fi will show, the Wi-Fi name will be here, TCP/IP. That's your IP addresses and your subnet mask. If you go into DNS, it will show up in here as well, and any other information, the proxies. I'm not using the proxy at the moment, so that's why it's it's not selected. I've just got to go the local proxy, any hardware. So that's my MAC address. It gives you the address for my MAC address. I hope this helps. This is how you can connect to the internet by using the. If you go back to, let me go back into system menu. Let's just apply that, and then we'll go back to the Apple menu, select system preferences, and we need to go into network to be able to open the network preferences. And from here I can either change the locations, edit location. If you go different location, you can add. If you're working from office, you can do office locations, and then you have your settings. When you go to the office, you can select this one, and then automatically log into that location wherever you are. Okay, hope this helps. Yeah, apply. I haven't changed anything, so let's move on with our presentations. And the last one is how to get macOS update. And usually what I do is I go into the Apple menu, select about this Mac, and I go software update. If you're going to software that I'm missing, usually this will check in software update for you. This is one way to check it. As you can see, my software is up to date. It's Catalina, macOS Catalina 10.15.2, and there's no other update. But what we can do, you can automatically keep your Mac up to date by selecting this. Otherwise, I can go into advanced, and then we go a few options, check for update. I can untick that. Then you will have to put your admin password, and to do that, I just want to keep it because I want my Mac to be updated. You can download new updates when available. You can install macOS update. Usually I'll leave this one on. I want to do manually install my macOS update, so that's why I haven't selected, and install system data file and security update automatically. Okay, hope this helped. And let me close it. Let me go back into the keynote presentations. All right. This is the last point of this tutorial. I hope this was in help. And if you liked it, give the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribe so you can get my videos as I release every few days. There's new videos. So as I said, this is just the basics parts of macOS, and operating system. And in the next few days I will do the apps that comes with macOS. So I'll release a tutorial explaining the apps, the built-in apps that comes with macOS Catalina. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I enjoyed it as well. And leave me any comments. As I said, leave which country are you guys from, your name, and any comments about the video as well. If I'm going too fast, if I'm going too slow, your comments I would really appreciate it, because this is how I can improve myself and to learn as I go along this journey as well. Thank you very much for watching again, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Thank you.